Hey you guys, I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with YouTube. A little bit of love because they gave me a voice, a platform to share videos about autism. A little bit of hate because they try to hush that voice. What am I talking about? Well, about a week ago, I decided to get online. I felt, pretty confident with the way things were going with the channel, helping a lot of people, have 25,000 subscribers, so in a pretty good attitude. And then I log in and I'm greeted with this screen. Now you can pause the video to take a look at the screen if you wish. Long story short, I got a strike and they took down one of my videos.
Why are you here? Did I do something again? Have I been fired from something?
Not that I know of.
Am I in trouble?
Now, if any of you had seen this video, you'll know how innocent it was. There's nothing wrong with the video. It's just basically, and I'll show you a little example here because I don't want this video taken down, but basically there were just examples of my sons hand flapping because they have autism. They were doing something called stimming or stereotypy, which is basically a way for them to regulate all of the input that they're receiving because they get overstimulated a lot. So the video was called Autism Hand Flapping, and somebody flagged it, I guess because, well, I've mentioned this in other videos, but people in our generation get so easily offended. So someone flagged it and went to YouTube for review. And this is the part that got me. It wasn't just one of their bots, because they have these learning bots that are supposed to have, special algorithms to detect keywords and phrases. Well, this was a human reviewing it. And the word that they used caught me off guard a little bit. I was kind of like,
are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
You're kidding me, right?
Are you kidding me?
You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
yeah, kind of like that. Like, are you kidding me? The word they used was provocative. Provocative, yeah. So, I mean, I'm laughing at it, but at the same time I was kind of ticked off. Like, how could you even suggest that I would make any content even close to something insidious about children? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not for censorship almost completely, but when it comes to any type of child pornography, I am adamantly against that, and I think that should be censored. Now, again, I'm all for the First Amendment and everything like that, but I'm not for abusing other people's rights to get our basic rights. I hope that makes sense. So, yeah, I mean, I could understand if there was something dark or sinister behind it, but there wasn't. But this is just an example of YouTube not having a firm grasp on censorship, really. They showed this a few months ago when they demonetized everybody's channels, and people who were making a living off YouTube, thank goodness I'm not, but people who were making a living off YouTube all of a sudden were like, I'm not getting my paychecks in the mail. They were freaking out, and understandably so, because YouTube just doesn't know how to censor properly. They don't even follow their own guidelines properly. It would be one thing if they did, then we would know what to expect. But now, and it kind of takes a little bit of wind out of my sails because I'm like, I don't know what to expect. If I upload something, are they going to take it down? It feels like playing Russian roulette. No, actually, it's more like living under the Third Reich in Nazi Germany. I know everyone compares things to Nazis online, but I'm going to go there because they were all about censorship. They decided they didn't like jazz music, for example. And then all of a sudden, jazz music was the next thing to get banned. And so, really hard. It's kind of a moving target with YouTube. What's going to get censored? What's not going to get censored? I feel like it's that scene in Tommy Boy with Chris Farley. And YouTube is like Chris Farley. And content creators are like the little roll he's holding in his hand.
Yeah, I love it. I love my little naughty pet. You're naughty. And then I take my naughty pet and I go... Oh! I killed it! I killed my sale!
That's when I blow it.
So as you guys probably saw on the screen, there was a little thing down at the bottom like, we understand that sometimes there's mistakes and you don't mean anything wrong or anything like that, but the very fact that someone reviewed it and then deemed it was unworthy for, basic audience consumption, that's the part that I was like, that's not right, YouTube. Are we going to start taking down Parkinson's disease videos that show examples of Parkinson's disease for education? Are we going to take down multiple sclerosis videos? Are we going to take down people in wheelchairs showing how they live their lives, you know, out of a wheelchair? You know, any handicap videos, are we going to take those out because maybe they're uncomfortable or too provocative? So on the screen too, it did say you can contest this and basically make a case for yourself. They basically give you a tweet amount of length, like 140 characters, to make your best case for why you don't think your video should be taken down. So far, I haven't received any communication back from YouTube, which is kind of par for the course. They don't open a chat window. They basically, and maybe they like it this way, they just send out a message saying, hey, we took your stuff down and deal with it. Some YouTube channels that are big enough are able to contest. They have someone assigned to them because they're so popular. So someone at YouTube is basically on their case, like a caseworker or a lawyer or something like that who would work in their behalf. My channel's not big enough for that. But it really does take the wind out of your sails as a content creator, because I'm like, should I make more content? Will that get banned? Basically, the way the strike works is 3 strikes, you're out. They'll take down your channel. And it's within a 3-month period, I believe. If you have 3 strikes within 3 months, they'll take down your channel. I don't think anything's going to happen to my channel. But then again, I mean, I don't know. This is kind of new territory for me, so hard to say. I've had videos demonetized too, but that was back when YouTube was figuring out their whole monetization scheme, and they didn't do a good job of that. So yeah, I don't take it too personally, because so many other people have had their videos flagged or demonetized or taken down. But at the same time, I'm like, do I want to keep doing this? I know it was only 1 strike, but there's so many other examples, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, in the meantime, yes, I will keep producing content. I'll keep going forward with a mission to help others about autism. But if this happens again, definitely, obviously, if it happens a 3rd time, obviously my channel will be taken down. And if all of a sudden I disappear off the face of the earth to you guys, won't take too many guesses to figure out what happened. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's kind of hard to work towards something when you have no promise of any kind of protection in the future. And that's, censorship can be a very gray area. I think maybe eventually I would hope, and YouTube I'm sure is against this, but I hope they would become like a public utility company, like the phone company, and basically provide a service for a small monthly fee. And then, you know, we could, like being on your phone, you can say whatever you want within reason, and they can't come after you if they disagree with your opinion or they don't like you sharing videos about autism and subsequent behaviors. Well, tough luck, okay? They're a service company, and then the government would intervene if they tried to take anything down, just like T-Mobile or AT&T or Verizon. So yeah, that's something that could happen in the future, and I would actually look forward to that, quite honestly, because I think YouTube is overstepping its, and it's hard to say because it's a private business. They created it. It's their baby, their entity. But when it becomes so large that everybody uses it and it's an expectation of a free speech platform, yeah, I mean, what do you do? I mean, I don't think there's an easy answer there. So I'm not quite married to my public utility company comment, but I think that is an option. Anyway, I appreciate you guys listening to my Orwellian society rant, for lack of a better term. And yeah, I'll just keep going forward in the meantime. But if I all of a sudden disappear and they can't find my body and I'm like Jimmy Hoffa, you know what happened, right? You saw it first, right here. National Enquirer.